Alert, alert, baby dolls. The PulseChain Sacrifice Wallet, rumored to be Greg the Duck, otherwise known as Richard Hart, has moved 42 million American dollars worth of the funds and is now earning yield on it, $42 million. And he has tested a $50 transaction and moved it into PulseChain. That's right. The same guy who has $42 million has then bridged in some of that as a little tester into PulseChain, and it is also 100% confirmed that Richard Hart does like PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex. Maybe I'm speculating a bit too much there. This is your Detective Sherlock Somi, and of course, who's the real detective here? Shout out to Mr. Pulsican and Money Game Crypto for covering this. Now, here's the thing, friends. So I've got it written here. What's actually been happening is this $42 million has been moved. So I'm giving you this alert. So the wallet was moved. There's $42 million, and MakerDAO, I think it's MakerDAO, right? They have like an S die, so it's savings die. So what they do is they basically give you the government yield bond, and they allow that to be the risk-free interest rate that you want to earn in crypto. So that's kind of a way to protect DAI. So, you know, Tether, for example, friends, Tether don't let you do any staking with them. So you can't earn any yield on Tether. And it makes you wonder why a lot of people choose to use it. But it makes you a target as well, because they really want to hunt you down. They don't want you giving out the precious government yield, because you would be basically farming the government and then handing it out as income and pocketing the spread. They don't want that. You're basically, they don't want you doing that. Now, MakerDAO somehow able to do it, and they give you 5% of it, all right? 5% yield. So we've plugged in $42 million into here. I think this is Spark, whatever it is, and you get $168,000 per month in basically yield. So if you had 42 million sitting there, that's how much it's earning. In 90 days, it's $500,000 of yield basically that you earn. And we also saw the transactions as well. Of the 42 million that's now sitting there, $50 bridged into PulseChain as a tester, just to view and check everything works, maybe to see if everybody else is moving stuff. It could be anything, who knows? It could also be Richard saying, hey, I'm doing this, you guys should probably front run. That's just probably better for you guys to buy in now. Right? That's basically what we're trying to get at, to try to spark it up, okay? Because friends, obviously, in the best case, he doesn't do anything and the market just front runs him and everyone just goes nuts because he's like, oh, okay, sweet, you thought I was going to buy. That's what the US Fed does, by the way, with QE. They say, hey, we are going to do QE. They let everybody know and they telegraph everyone. They want all the final demand to come in first because they don't really want to be manipulating and doing this stuff until the last result. So if we go have a look at the PulseChain price, for example, right now, I have it here, PLS, friends. If you notice, the weekly candle is now slightly green. At some point, we are going to touch this 21 EMA. But this is funny. This is, you know, the dots here, friends. The 21 EMA is moving up. You never know, man. We might just go up, snap it back down, and then we're just like off to the races. Like, oh, sweet, that was your entry. That's why this green weekly super trend, if you remember, I was very adamant about it. I said it's actually game time. 8th of January 2024, this week, friends, as soon as we flipped the super trend on the weekly, things changed a lot. That's why a lot of people, they do a lot of technical analysis and stuff. Look, man, I'm not here to tell you where the prices are going up and down. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm here to pick good trades. Good investments, friends. Trades are just the investments in the very, very short term. That's what we're here to do. So we're here to obviously pick good investments, right? There are trading time frames. Anything like, friends, a year and a half is basically a trade in normal stock market world, but in crypto, it's like a full cycle from here. Okay, so a lot of these people who claim to be amazing here and there, look, I'll just tell you right now, man, everyone's going to sell an indicator or something. They're 50-50. They're 50-50. I'm going to play some angel music just so you can celebrate our friendship that you and I have right now. Because a lot of people, they're going to unfortunately miss out on these cheap prices because PulseChain's not listed anywhere. And they're going to think, oh, I've missed it. I should go buy these indicators and do leverage trading. No. 140 content creators, 68 plus streamers. Okay, there's PulseChain conference, Hex conference. So many things are happening in the ecosystem, and it's still freaking shadow banned, man. Like, it's still delisted, not even listed anywhere. Like, just, it's making it too easy. Look, you know, if PulseChain got up like the whole ecosystem did like a 5x from here. If they did a 5x, now obviously we hope it does more, but I'm just going to give you an example. If it did a 5x from here, so it goes up to here, now I'll be like, oh, okay, is it the buy of a lifetime? You're going to have to play the range here. You're going to have to wait until it gets maybe it gets dippy before you're able to participate in that next leg here. But right now, I just feel like it's free. And then it's a log chart, okay? So I mentioned in my post here, this is something to think about. now that we're seeing Richard or whoever, Greg the Duck, whoever controls this PulseChain Sacrifice Wallet, okay, now that we're seeing him get yield and probably then start rotating the yield in, it kind of confirms what my speculation theory was, which was his grand plan was to actually buy Ethereum. That was his grand plan. His grand plan was to buy a $500 ETH that never came with the sacrifice money. It is right here. Do you remember, friends? So, if you have, because of the ETH BTC ratio, if Bitcoin hit 10K, which is what he expected, Ethereum was meant to go down here, $500. So he was expecting this to happen. $500. And then in this zone, friends, he would be able to get 1 million Ethereum. Huge. And then if it was successful, you take that 1 million ETH, you get the staked Ethereum, and you literally vampire the whole Ethereum chain at this point. You're taking yield from Ethereum and dumping it into that. This would be the same as if Godwell, with his $1.5 billion hex, if he staked his hex short term and all of the yield he earned every month, he would rotate the yield and go buy any other coin that he likes. Imagine Godwell showed that he could do that. That's why these big plays, friends, they can be very, very, it can be harmful. They're in control, but they don't do that because they're like they have a billion of this. He has a billion of this quantity. He doesn't have a billion of the other coin. Why would you go and move? You wouldn't do that. Okay, so but you also notice countries don't do that as well. So another example is let's say a billionaire comes into America and he makes billions and billions of dollars. He's like, I have $1 billion of real estate property. I'm going to rotate all the rental yield income and I'm going to go buy property in Afghanistan. That's right. I'm going to be the king of Afghanistan. You know what I mean? There's nothing there. It's just a bunch of, camels and opium and just, you know what I mean? Just people running around, caves and stuff. That's basically the mindset you want to see. Once people are established in the city, they don't usually go do that. However, we're hoping it doesn't come to that, of course. Now, when it comes to this chart, looking at Ethereum, you get to see how super, super strong it was. There was an interview, friends, with Ricardo Corazon, where the interviewer asked him, I forgot what it was. Maybe it must have been Mr. Barron Network. I forgot which one. They basically said, hey, Richard, just curious, are you DCA buying Bitcoin? How do your viewers do it? And then he emphatically, said on camera, he goes, I will never in my life ever buy Bitcoin ever again. I minted it for 50 Bitcoin per block. It used to be 50 cents, whatever. I did a 6.5. He mentioned that. He goes, I'll never ever buy it. Slow, old tech, etc. Then he asked, he goes, what about Ethereum? And then Richard froze. He goes, he froze a bit. He goes, I never speak about my investments, like I said, whatever. And you imply, you go, okay. So you don't like Bitcoin, you don't want to buy Bitcoin, but you're got your eyes on Ethereum. I remember this interview. I remember going, he's super, super bullish on ETH, which I'm bullish on ETH too, and so are you guys, friends. But it was really the key. So he had it at the back of his mind to do that, and it explains a lot of the bearishness as well. But look, all these people who do these things, friends. Some people they think, he's just a one-man show. It's gonna get it wrong. Look, man. These people who succeed in life, they don't know the future with 100% certainty, but they have a very efficient and effective decision tree making process. When they are faced with decisions, on average, these guys crush it. When their back's against the wall, friends, they're like, okay, choose option A or B. For some reason, on average, they're choosing decisions every single day of their lives, and they find out they get their way to the top. So I have full faith. He probably figured it out, friends. He was like, all right, if I get my 500 ETH, I get to take over crypto in one cycle. But if I don't get it, right, he probably devised another plan. He goes, okay, what we'll have to do is, and whatever it is, you don't know what that plan is, right? It is like, okay, I'll stake the yield from the stable coins and I'll use that in the meantime. And then when Bitcoin eventually slows down, he's got some sort of decision tree worked out in his head. So looking at this pretty much when I'm seeing stuff like this, he's putting it into earning yield from there. It makes sense now. But it would have been a big, friend. I'm not joking, man. I just want to show you how much money was on the line if he got that right. Ethereum, if he got, let's say $500 ETH, he's got $600 million. Let's say he had to buy it at $600 though. He gets a million ETH. At 10K, he would have had $12 billion-ish. $10 to $12 billion. Now, I want you to remember that 1 million Ethereum, friends, if he's earning, let's say it's 4% yield a year, 4% yield on a million ETH is 40 grand. That's 40,000 Ethereum, mind you. So that's 3,300 per month. Free yield. Yield, friends. Not principal, yield, if he did that. He could literally, you know, the big moves that we could see. That's only 2,500 ETH or 2,200. Imagine getting that in free yield from the Ethereum ecosystem every single month. My gosh. I'm not joking. It would have been, we would be huge if that happened, if we got that. Didn't happen though. Doesn't mean we go to zero. I'm just telling you that, look, here's the thing, man. Who cares? Okay, yes. Okay, we could have got this timeline out, but at least you got someone thinking like that. Isn't that the best part? That's the best part to me. I go, wow, look where his brain is. Think about that, friends. I know you're probably one, I want 1,000x2 and stuff, but you got a leader. He's actively trying to figure out how to take over crypto. Don't you want that? I want that. I don't want these other people with Polkadot. Gavi is just like, you know, eating jelly beans and singing songs, kumbaya. Oh, we've got to redo things because we kind of suck. I'm really, really sorry, everyone. I've got to fire some people. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I want a ruthless leader. I want the Warlord. You understand? I want the Warlord to take over. This is it. High risk, high reward, though. But this is where your mindset is. Everybody else, let's hold hands. Let's do an Ethereum layer 2 and get airdrop points. That's what everybody else's mindset is. So this is what you want, man. This is why. Look, we can still land amongst the stars. It just depends what it is. Look, if you were to really work that out, by the way, if we did get a million ETH out of that and it was able to do that, yeah, you might see. I don't know how high we're going to go in this bull market, but we might have gotten like the 100x from today's price, or the 200x from today. Maybe because we don't get that, we only get like 1/5 of that. Just guessing. I don't know what the plan is, what the other plan is, or can they even really fight the market? That's another thing as well. I'm just telling you, right? Having that money, yeah, it sounds good, but he's not stupid, okay? He's a duck. He's not going to rotate infinite money when the whole market's crashing, and he's just letting people like, and I got to say it, like RectumRishel or any others, just flat out dump as he rotates in. He's not going to do that, okay? Also, word on RectumRishel, friends. I was thought about the other day, like, I don't speak for the guy because he's basically like deleted himself on Twitter, and I'm trying to feel what's happening. I feel like he's trying to disconnect. He doesn't want to be part of the community. I wish he was, because he's basically gone all in on crypto, on Richard Hart coins. But usually people who they want to leave the social community part, it's so they don't think twice about selling. Okay. Now, if he could speak, all right, if Mr. Rectum could speak, if a Rectum could speak, they sound like a fart, but he would probably say, hey, I went hard on Richard Hart. I put in $29.5 million. That's actually true. So that's the truth. Most people, man, I even know, okay, 85% of your poll, you all told me you would click market sell if you had $1 million, you'd walk away of crypto. You call us all idiots. That's what you all do. Rectum had $29.5 million sacrificed. All right, so you can't show bigger support for someone than to put in $30 million pretty much into an imaginary Ponzi sacrifice project. Woohoo, it's gone. $30 million, mind you. So just showing you that these bear market narratives, as the green candles appear, you are now going to believe everything I say. When I say this pendulum, this continuum of greed, and the cycle is it's gonna overtake everyone again. Yeah, we know the characters, and we know there's betrayal, and there's people in the warlords, and people who are with the system and against the system. We're all humans, man. Greed overtakes everyone, just like fear overtakes everyone, right? Fear overtook most of the die-hard hex believers as well. A lot. And of course, my yummy pumpkins. When you're looking at that cycle, I want you to remember something. Something that Johnny Chaos said, and trust me, it's true, man. It happens. Perception of value. You're looking at these things worth a penny here and there. There's a penny. Oh, what's his pulse? 3 zeros and a 1. Pulse X, 4 zeros and a 5. You don't get it. But Hex is the best example. It's 1-2 cents. All it takes, man, is just someone to show, hey, these things can be worth $1. They can. I'm taking all of these off the market. Once that starts getting in the power of everyone's imagination, you get to, everyone starts running with it. But it needs a catalyst, though. You can't just get everybody to start thinking about something. You need the cycle to continue. Bitcoin price higher, Ethereum price higher, the ratio of Ethereum to Bitcoin going higher, altcoins also to continue, more cycles, more time, the snowball appears and it grows and it grows. That's what you need. And more noise to be made, network effects coming in, more bridges, those access and those rails, that's what gets everybody to start at least getting that launch pad for you to just really start believing in it, okay? So look, looking at these prices, man, that's why you don't know. You just don't know at what point does everybody just start waking up. You never know that. All I can tell you is I've done a lot of launch pads and just VVV launch pad video, all these other ones. Their spots are so limited, man. And I'm giving it out to you for free, but like they're getting up, they just get gobbled up. And I've just told you, like, you don't need to play that game. Like, this is the game. This is the best game of all, man. Literally a billionaire's told you, hey, I like these coins. Hey, I'm buying these coins. Hey, I got $600 million. Are you still going to act? Or you're going to like watch everybody else sit on the sidelines with stable coins, buy these other trash out there, you know, these like layer 2 griffs, etc. for airdrops. The answer will only be obvious to you with one reprice. Man, I'm telling you right now, if someone repriced Hex to 20 cents, if the whole Richard Heart ecosystem just went up 6x from here and went sideways, if my past 1,800 videos on them, they'll look like, oh my God, this guy's a genius. But all these guys, this one person out here came and decided to reprice it higher. Everything else is still the same. All right, so you just got to think, if the total Richard Heart ecosystem actually just repriced higher 5x, okay, what would you think about everything? You would say, oh, of course it should, right? That's how you kind of know there's value here. Right? Think about it. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.